Hey, I wanted to talk about this article that I found on Bleeping Computer. This is about Microsoft in February 2025. They got some patches that went out to fix 40 days and 55 flaws. And I wanted to really kind of bring this up just to kind of get my thoughts out on how often that we have to just constantly change what we put out there when it comes to these OSs. These OS that we get, or even when it comes to like mobile devices, they're always going to have some type of patches that go along with it, and these patches are not just going to push out new features, but they're also going to push out vulnerabilities that people are actually overlooking, right? So, zero for anybody who doesn't know, 0 days are something that's necessarily don't have a fix, but there are vulnerabilities out there that can be exploited by anybody who knows how to exploit them. And so, you want to make sure that you have some fix for it. But the thing about a 0 day is that in its name, it's saying that it doesn't have any type of, this is the first day we see this. So we don't have any type of fix for it. And when I say we, I mean in this case, Microsoft doesn't have any fix for it until the next patch, the patch cycle. And so anybody that's familiar with Microsoft knows that every second Tuesday of each month, they come out with a ton of patches. And these patches are to fix the ton of things that they put out last month and or months ahead of that. So not saying that Microsoft has a bad OS system or anything like that. I'm not saying that by no means, because you just don't become a conglomerate in the tech field without having some type of likability to you and some type of scalability to you. So Microsoft definitely puts out a wonderful OS. It's just the fact that when you're building these types of OS and you're writing so much code, it's bound to have some type of flaw to it. And if you don't believe that there's some type of cybersecurity war that's going on, this should let you know that this is a clear indication that there's somebody out here looking at critical vulnerabilities that you have and then saying, you know what, I can exploit that. And you don't know if somebody went to, if Microsoft found these exploits out by themselves, or they actually was tipped off by someone wearing a gray hat, being able, and what I mean by gray hat is meaning that they they could either go either way. Either they could go black hat or white hat. And just a quick backstory on that is that, you know, if you're a black hat, then you're just strictly for malicious activities. You're not really going to worry about any doing any type of good when it comes to computer works, right? But if you're a white hat, then you're constantly a good guy, right? So to say, and you will look at any type of vulnerability and then try to stop it. A gray hat could sway. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit of both. And with these 40 days, you don't know who brought that to Microsoft's attention. You just know that they put it out here for for the month of February. It's crazy. It's four of them. Like you normally have one or two, maybe one 0 day, maybe have a 0 day for another application. But in the OS itself, Microsoft has four 0 days with 55 flaws. So as a company, you really kind of think about like how do you actually cut back on some of this stuff and actually roll out different patches that's just fixing things and not necessarily creating more issues. Is that this is where your process development comes into play, and we making sure that we're checking behind one another, making sure that we have processes in place that um, reduces our risk and things of that nature. So whenever we roll these things out, we don't have to be surprised that we got a 0 day out there. Because I promise you, a 0 day is probably something that they don't want to really answer to. Not saying that they have to, but anybody that knows Microsoft doesn't. They don't necessarily change what they do. They just kind of everybody just know that that's what they do. So everybody just kind of rolls with the punches when it comes to their 0 days. But ask CrowdStrike, how did they like their 0 day type thing, even though it was just kind of like a, you know, a self-inflicting wound, it was still something that they didn't have a fix for until they actually had to come up with the fix. So either way, I just wanted to bring that to your attention that um, even though Microsoft is a well oiled machine, we still have to stay diligent. We still have to have some type of integrity about the things that we do as cybersecurity professionals, and make sure that we update our we run our patches. We understand what patches we're putting out here too. All right. So I guarantee you didn't want those 40 days on something sensitive, on a sensitive computer or a laptop, right? So you want to make sure that you are testing these patches out before you're rolling them out, and that you understand that not letting them run doesn't necessarily make your computer more secure, right? So we just want to make sure that we keep those things up to date, and we constantly have a our eyes or in our head on a swivel when it comes to these things, man. So that's all I got. I appreciate y'all. If you want any kind of more content like this, I'm going to try to put more content out that's speaking on today's current events. If you want to go to actual training material for certifications, make sure you go to CyberUp, check us out there, see what kind of courses we got there online. All right. Till the next time.